the thing is, I mean, other than the subjective part of music, but like music's subjective.
Yeah.
So what you like, what I like might be different than somebody else likes, and that's the beauty of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's like sports. You either score, you don't
score.
And I think that's why musicians like sports guys like to play music. Because, you know, it's a different world, and it balances your life, and it is a different world. But you know, the whole thing about music. I mean, I try to tap into I played with Springsteen a couple of years ago, and he was a big inspiration to me when I was starting out, because I was a folkie as he was. He talked about Llewyn Davis. He said, I used to be Llewyn Davis, but I got lucky, and I was the same way. You know, we were struggling, and then you see Springsteen, you go, man, that's like he's taking this incredible, intuitive, wonderful spiritual instinct for writing, and is a troubadour, but does this incredible performance thing on stage. The thing about Springsteen, when he comes off stage, he was hugging me and Kath, soaking wet and giggling like a kid. He's like a 15-year-old that just came out of the garage jamming with his buddies, and that's the energy you have to draw on as an artist. And you're right, that's, you know, we have that as musicians. It's one of God's nicer tricks on us, is that the vocal cords tend to hold up to a certain degree.
Yeah.
And music is sort of timeless that way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like these songs get a lot of kids coming out that love Big League because their coaches played it for them in the dressing room, and it was way before their time, but they all relate to it, you know. And at that time in Vancouver, we played for Luc Bourdon for his family, and I didn't want to do it. I said, no, that's a private thing. And then my agent called and lives out there and said, man, they want you to do this. And I'll tell you, that was such a touching, probably the more powerful performances, and you realize the power of music. You know, that family went through so much, and that guy was loved on that team. He must, and a bit of you know, goes down with him, because you realize just what an incredible human being he must be. Because there wasn't a dry. I'm going off the ice with Kenny, and after we played, and the team's crying, and they love that guy.
Yeah.
To know that he liked that song, you know, makes you realize what a trust it is to be able to do the music thing and do it for people. And so from time to time, when you feel like you want to quit, feel like you want to get out, you realize, again, it was like seeing Terry Fox the last day he ran, and I hadn't slept for a couple of days. I'm sleeping in the back of a station wagon. I'm going, how tough can this job be? Look at this guy.
Yeah.
Look at the courage.
You always get inspired by stuff like that to keep going.
And I'm so lucky to be able to do this, so why quit? You know, I mean, I did mention last record, I said, you know, it might be my last, but now I feel invigorated. I feel like doing an acoustic album now, so I might do that one in the next 8 months to a year or so. We'll see how that goes, but it's a trust, you know, it's a trust with the people, and I don't think of them as fans, they're friends, and it's just because of circumstances and twists of fate, you know, like Springsteen said, I'm Llewyn Davis, but I got lucky. And that's how I try to look at it. But, you know, the harder you work, the more perseverance you have, the luckier you get. You know, that old cliche. But I'm lucky to be able to do that.
Yeah. There's Tom Cochran, some of our chat from last week. We'll have part 2. He does get into a lot more of the Leafs. He's very, he might be in the Connor McDavid sweepstakes himself. He may finally have given in and thrown his
that's why he wrote and performed the song